1 in 10 people in Britain say they feel anxious or self-conscious about their accent in high-stakes professional settings, according to a fresh poll seen by the BBC. A survey on attitudes to accents carried out for community interest company Common Ground shows that so-called accent bias is still an issue in many workplaces. Mark Ashdown reports.
Ooh, you sounded really mank when you did that.
Growing up in Manchester, Mia Tanswell didn't give her accent much thought until her first week at university at Loughborough.
I knew people were going to notice that I was Northern. Definitely in seminars I would sometimes feel like my accent would sound a bit less intellectual than other people, especially if I was the only Northern student in a classroom. I would think that I couldn't really articulate myself as well as my peers.
I think people use it as a shorthand for class and background.
These young people from across Britain are discussing the findings of new polling, which suggests 1 in 10 Brits feels anxious to speak up in professional environments because of how they sound.
I love my accent, if I'm being honest. If anything, I wish it was more Welsh. I wish I would be able to stand out a little bit more. But I think I adapt my accent depending on where I am in the country and across the UK. Try and upskill in other ways. I don't want people to assume anything about my intelligence, my background or my class.
If you're going for like a corporate sales job, I think I would assume that they'd naturally gravitate towards a southern accent because it sounds a bit more corporate. Whenever I've gone for like job interviews, you want to give yourself the best chance possible, so you're going to enunciate your words and pronounce them a bit more properly. You don't want that to be like a deciding factor.
This fresh polling by More in Common indicates that 5% of people believe their accent has cost them a promotion, pay rise or senior role. Respondents with a West Country accent reported the highest rate of having their accent mocked or criticised by colleagues at 15%, closely followed by Geordies. And 13% of those polled admitted changing the way they speak in order to try and fit in at work. That rises to 23% for those with an East London Cockney accent and 20% of Scottish speakers.
Can anybody else hear my West Country accent, that I'm from Bristol?
Lara Newman has started a community interest company, Common Ground, to help those from disadvantaged backgrounds forge careers in the built environment, like architects or estate agents.
It's not one-off intervention. It's not about bringing them for one bit of work experience, tick box exercises. It is about a genuine network for life. It's about unblocking the pathways that these guys need, giving them the rules of the game, if you like, and that is really, really important.
You kind of do have to speak a specific way.
Many firms do now actively promote recruitment of employees with a range of accents to increase diversity, but this research suggests so-called accent bias remains an issue for large numbers of people across Britain. Mark Ashdown, BBC News.